Reflections, emotions, and lessons learned on the way home. I realized how easy it is to lose your sense of self in the chaos of someone else's bad mood. Offices can sometimes feel like little pressure cookers, everyone's emotions building up, looking for a way to escape. But today, I also learned something, and I want you to learn it in English. Right here with me. Being helpful is good, but taking care of yourself is better. English has great expressions for this. Set boundaries, know your limits, don't burn out. Use them. And practice saying, "No, I can't do that now," or "I need some time for my own tasks first." Believe me, it will make your day at work or anywhere easier. Tonight, as I sat down to dinner, I felt tired but proud. Even difficult days bring lessons: how to communicate, how to survive bad moods, how to keep your head up when people want to bring you down. That's the real English and the real life they don't teach in traditional classes. If you made it this far, thanks for listening to my day, for sharing these honest vibes, and for caring about learning English that will actually help in your daily life. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because every week there will be more stories, more lessons, and more real talk. Tell me in the comments, what's your worst office story? How do you handle tough bosses or clingy coworkers? Let's support each other in English and in life. Don't forget, language is more than words. It's courage, honesty, strength, and connection. Every story, even a rough day at work, can make you stronger. And every lesson here is designed to teach you something for real life, not just for tests. So, subscribe, comment, and join our community where tough days become great stories, and stories become your key to fluent English. See you next time for more lessons from real life. Hey everyone! Welcome to the channel, and don't forget to subscribe right now because today's lesson is different. This isn't just any English class. You're about to dive into a real story from a real day at work. Within the next few moments, I'll reveal secrets of surviving a frustrating workplace, sharing the kind of vocabulary and emotional honesty that textbooks never show. If you've ever faced a tough day at your job, or if you're curious how to talk about it in English, say with me, you won't want to miss what happens by the end. So subscribe and set those notifications because this is an essential, advanced, real-life English class. A typical day? Not quite. Let me tell you how my workday actually went when I woke up this morning. I honestly thought the day would be pretty normal. My alarm rang, painfully early as always, and I dragged myself out of bed, already imagining my first cup of coffee at the office. But even as I got ready, I could feel a kind of tension, like the day was warning me, get ready, it's going to be a challenging one. Have you ever felt that? Like the air is thicker, as if something's waiting for you. I stepped outside, bracing myself for a long commute. The bus was late again. The driver looked as fed up as the rest of us, and a cold drizzle fell on the window, making the city gray and sleepier than usual. On days like this, it's extra hard to keep your spirits up. As I reached the office, I tried to shake off the tiredness and focus on my goals. Be productive, finish my to-do list, and keep the mood light. That's always my plan, but life had other ideas. Moments in the office, tension in the air. The first thing I noticed when I walked through the glass doors was the atmosphere. There's no hiding when an office feels heavy, everyone trying to avoid eye contact, typing a little too loud, voices sharp and clipped. Even the smell of fresh coffee in the break room couldn't do much to warm it all up. I glanced toward my desk, dropped my bag, and sat down, only to immediately notice messages stacking up in my inbox. Most from my boss, some with the subject, urgent. I hadn't even had a single sip of my coffee before my colleague Marina, who sits across from me, let out a frustrated sigh and rolled her eyes pretty loudly too. If attitude had a sound, that would be it. Don't forget, if you recognize this kind of workplace drama and want to learn English that fits real situations like this, subscribe now. Every week you'll get content that's bold, honest, and practical. As I sorted through my emails, I heard a familiar voice, my boss. His footsteps are unmistakable, and so is his mood. He's one of those people who can manage to sound angry about everything and nothing, sometimes at the same time. This morning, he stormed through the office, barking orders about deadlines for reports that seem to have changed overnight. Why is this not done? Who left this file open? Did anyone check the client email? We need results. We need this fixed, now. His tone was harsh, his eyes scanning boring spreadsheets as if expecting them to magically fix themselves. Of course, no explanation was ever enough. Whether you're ahead of schedule or 2 minutes behind, there's always something wrong, a missing detail, a typo, a question about numbers that no one has the answer to. It's like he needs to be mad to feel alive, as if calm would make him invisible. And so, the day began. A chorus of complaints, deadlines pushed up, tension rising with every step he took. Emotions behind my smile. I know every job has its rough days, but some days it feels like everyone's negativity sticks to your skin. My own patience was tested by the smallest things, a jammed printer, a phone ringing off the hook. Even the clicking of someone else's keyboard sounded extra loud. Sometimes I wonder, is it just me? Am I the only one trying to hold on to a positive attitude when everyone else wants to snap? I was tired but determined to stay calm, to do my best work no matter what was thrown at me. But then there's Mariana, my friend, and, let's be real, the queen of, can you help me with this? She has a special talent for needing things at the worst possible moments. She's the kind of colleague everybody loves for her jokes at lunchtime, but when work piles up, her quick favors turn into a mountain. Hey, can you check this spreadsheet for me? I'm so lost, she said, sliding her chair and her problems over to my desk. I wanted to say no, honestly. My own list of tasks was longer than ever, and my boss's face was just one cubicle away. But I looked at her hopeful expression, sighed, and agreed to help. Part of me did it because I hate to see anyone struggling. Another part because I know deep down, sometimes I need her help. So, just like that, my plan for a smooth, productive morning was off the rails. If you want to learn the real vocabulary for situations like this, office life, stress, tough bosses, and tough choices, subscribe to my channel. That's the English people don't teach you in school, but you'll definitely use someday. The chain reaction stress spreads as I finished fixing my friend's spreadsheet and hurried to work on my own urgent tasks. I barely noticed lunchtime coming around. People gathered in the break room, their faces tired, their conversations tense, half complaining about the boss, half pretending to joke about the workload. Someone microwaved leftover food, and the smell of feijoada from yesterday's family lunch mixed strangely with the office air. I tried to join a conversation, but found it hard to focus. I could hear my own heart beating fast. Honestly, it's exhausting being the good sport all the time. The person who smiles and lends a hand even when you want to scream or cry. For a moment, I slipped away to the bathroom just to breathe in quiet. Staring in the mirror, I saw the tired circles under my eyes. Is it weakness to feel this tired? Or is it just being human in a world that never stops? I reminded myself, breathe, focus, take it step by step. I thought about gratitude sometimes. That's all you can hang on to. I'm grateful for the chance to work, for the paycheck at the end of the month, and even for colleagues who can be difficult because they teach me patience. But I also promised myself, set better boundaries, say no when you need to. That's a lesson for life and for English. Back to work, still hoping for a better afternoon back at my desk. I tried to drown out the complaints, the harsh voices, the endless requests and new problems popping up like weeds. There's a kind of rhythm to a chaotic office phone's ringing, email notifications popping up, people whispering at the water cooler. You get used to it, but it wears you down. My boss returned, this time less angry, more disappointed. Why isn't this finished yet? These numbers don't make sense. We need results. The old tune played again and again. I explained as politely as I could. I was helping a colleague with an urgent issue. But I'm back to this now. He gave me that look, you know, the one like he's wondering if you're worth the salary he pays. It hurt, even though I knew I was doing my best. But I didn't let it show. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is smile and keep working. My friend Mariana, meanwhile, was already laughing with another coworker, like she hadn't just loaded me up with extra stress. I envied her lightness. At the same time, I wish she'd understand how hard it is to always say yes. Maybe tomorrow I'll practice my no. Maybe in English for extra effect. If you've ever had a friend who asks too much, or a boss who's never satisfied, leave a comment. You are not alone. And if you want more honest stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. Finding small victories, the afternoon dragged on, but bit by bit, I ticked tasks off my list. I used every trick I know, playing soft music in my headphones, sipping tea, taking a few minutes to stretch at my desk. Yes, you can stretch in high heels. Each completed job felt like a tiny act of rebellion. I could survive this day. I answered emails with patience, reviewed spreadsheets twice, and even found a moment to help another colleague who, thankfully, just needed a quick answer. By the time the clock showed 6 p.m., I felt drained but strangely victorious. Surviving a hard day is something to be proud of, too.